Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we are taking a detailed look at the TUMI brief pack, which I've been testing over the course of the last 2 weeks. Let's jump in. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about on this bag are these zipper pulls, and they're relatively jingly. So if you hear that, if you're throwing this bag on, if you're walking through the airport, you're gonna hear that jingle going on behind you. Now, TUMI does sell separate zipper pulls that you can add to this, but it's already on top of a pretty expensive bag at around 600 bucks. So between that, and then I'll talk about this monogramming up here, but it can get more expensive than it already is for this relatively expensive bag. So that jingle can get a little bit better with zipper pulls, whether it's like paracord or rubber. We've seen that work well on other bags. Not entirely sure what the situation is here with TUMI, but there might be a way to mitigate that. Would recommend using the zipper pulls that they keep on here though, because they have this Omega zipper system, which if you look at that zipper pull on the end here, it's a little bit thinner. So it's designed to actually, the handle is designed to actually break off or come through this little slot part if the bag gets caught and snagged. If it gets pulled on, that just comes right out and you're not left with like a broken zipper on a pocket. Monogramming up here, I believe there's one included. It's like a red on black text, and then you can pay for like a premium monogram as well. Moving up here to the handle, we just chose to leave ours blank for now, so no pH or anything like that for Pack Hacker. Up here we have a coated ballistic nylon, and you can see that show up on other areas of the bag, like these accents here and here. That feels pretty good in the hand. It's a coated ballistic nylon. The rest of the bag is just a ballistic nylon without that coating. I like the placement of this handle. It's pretty easy to pick up. It's well balanced. The bag isn't like going diagonal or anything like that when I grab it. It's just going straight up. And the last thing I want to talk about here is this included luggage tag. So if you actually unbutton that, open it up, this is leather. Feels really nice and premium for TUMI, and if I can just show this to you at the right angle so it's not hitting that top light, you can see that you can have your information in there as well. And yeah, there's just a couple other little like leather details and these coated ballistic nylon accents on the outside that just make for an overall pretty good look. All right, so the harness system is one of the biggest gripes that I have with this bag and the area that I had the most problems with. But on the surface level, it looks pretty good. We've got, this ballistic nylon on the outside that matches the rest of the bag. We have this breathable mesh on the inside, which adds some breathability. I mean, if you're gonna get a sweaty shoulder and sweaty back, you're going to, regardless of how much mesh a company uses, but it does help a bit. We have that same mesh on the back, obviously the wide luggage pass-through right here as well. 2 little tabs here on the front if you want to like attach any additional accessories or maybe even a sternum strap, though it's not really adjustable, so that sternum strap is going to need to go right where it is here with these 2 tabs. 2 D-rings as well if you just want to attach any other accessories. Got plastic hardware here, and then there's like a little leather stopper at the end, which is going to help. Now, overall, I found these straps to be uncomfortable for some reason, and there's not a lot of structure in the back here. The bag kind of pulls off my back and sags a little bit, so I am gonna try it on right now and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got the bag on my back here, and you can see that it's pretty wide. If you go look at some of our other reviews, usually travel bags are a little bit tighter than this, and we even prefer daily carry bags that are a little bit tighter than this, but the depth, there's a lot of depth here. And the way that this is, it's kind of pulling against my back in the back, and I can feel it like right here, kind of on my traps. So some of that has to do with my body type, but others just has to do with the way that this is structured. So usually what I like to look for in a backpack, whether it's daily carry or travel, is just having this bag sit a little bit higher up here, but then not like hovering off of my back. So it's kind of not super comfortable, and even when it's tighter, I can even feel it more right here. So for me, I'm gonna wanna, have it a little bit more loose so it fits on my back better. But I can definitely feel that pulling back, and you can just see the bag as well, just sort of sagging backwards. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about here is the laptop compartment. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, which fits very well inside. The entirety of the laptop compartment, it's pretty big. It takes up pretty much the entirety of this back panel. If I put my hand down to the bottom, one thing that I noticed is there's no false bottom. So your laptop isn't suspended anyway. There's like a thin layer of padding here, but that means there's no extra drop protection for your laptop. And a lot of modern backpacks and bags, travel backpacks or daily carry bags will have this feature where it'll actually suspend your laptop a little bit inside of here. I'm surprised that TUMI didn't incorporate it here. It's a bit scary to have a laptop in there and just if you drop it, it's just gonna slam right into the side of it. This fabric here is nice and soft for electronics. I feel comfortable putting the laptop inside. But one of the things I noticed in this back panel is it's a little bit loose. So there's, quite a bit of give that can happen from the contents inside of the main compartment. It's gonna be fine with this laptop here because I haven't really jostled this around, but if I've been using the bag and I don't have my laptop in it and there's stuff inside pushing in and out all over the place, and then I try to put my laptop in here, it can be a bit problematic. It can take a little bit more to get that laptop inside. Next up, talking about this side pocket here. So I can actually unzip this, and you can see there are twin pockets on each side, but this is a waterproof material on this side. So I've just got my coffee mug on the inside. You could also stick an umbrella in here. It's gonna protect moisture from the rest of the bag. I really like that. I think it's a smart feature, and I like these pockets overall. Just gonna quick give you a glimpse to the side one as well. This just has that kind of more swishy, lower denier, probably nylon lining here in the middle, and doesn't have that waterproof feature. Waterproof fabric, it's not exactly a waterproof pocket. If you fill it up with water, it's still gonna leak out because there's a zipper, but it's highly weather resistant. Coffee spills or you have a drippy umbrella on the other side pocket, that's gonna protect what's inside of the main compartment a little bit more. Moving on to the 3 pockets right up the front. The top one, if I open that up, this is basically just a little dump pocket. I like that it has some of its own leaderage, so it sticks out a bit. You can see there's a good amount of space. This goes down. I just got my wallet in there for now, which is pretty minimal. So just to give you an idea of sizing in there, it's a little bit taller than an ordinary credit card or US dollar bills. Great dump pocket when you're going through TSA security at the airport. Take everything out of your pockets, dump it in here, stick the bag through, get to the other side, pull it out. Very good, very easy. Next up, we have this pocket up front here. It again has a surprising amount of space in it as well. TUMI's Find the Bag program is here. There's like a QR code and a barcode. I just didn't want to have that information here because it's like sensitive and personal. So that's what's underneath this white little tape that I got going on here. Zippered pocket on the inside, so you can open that up. It is relatively flat. That pocket gets a little bit tight on the interior, but if you wanted to put your passport in here or something, it's relatively secured, or some little items, little like dongles that you need, you can pop those in there. 2 additional liner pockets here. I've just got like a carabiner in one in case I need it. And then on the other side, I've got some sunglasses, little mini travel sunglasses, the robes there. And then hanging down at the bottom here, we have my massive key ring for all my keys that I'm using at the moment. And that comes with a little clip here that's TUMI branded as well. So pop that back inside. Then we just have one more pocket to cover at the bottom. There's a leather welt up here at the top, which makes it look a little more streamlined. And this pocket is gusseted as well. So that opens up basically a little dump pocket here, and it's gusseted so you can fit more inside. Moving on to the main compartment here, there is a fully clamshell style zip that goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag. We have some fabric here on the sides that are holding it together so you don't get quite that clamshell opening that you get in roller luggage. But I kind of like that. It sort of feels like a top loader here, and I think it packs really nicely. You have enough space here to see inside. And then if you're using like separate pouches like I have here, you can fit those in with relative ease. Got a big packing cube there at the bottom too. So to give you an idea of what I have inside, boom, there it is. Gonna set this down to the side for now and walk you through the rest of the main compartment just so we can really get a good look on the inside. First of all, we got this little TUMI tag going on up here. I'll try to get it up there so you can read it. Pause it if you want to take a read on that. Starting with the back, there's a divider here. If you have like another laptop or a tablet, bigger tablet, you could throw that there. Down at the bottom, there's a liner pocket, 2 liner pockets on each side. Each go about halfway. Trying to like open this to let you see inside. You can see that these like pieces of liner are really making that difficult, which is good for usage, just not great for this video. All right, if I pull this out too, there's an e-reader here. They have a separate, this is a Kindle, they have a separate e-reader pocket, but I'm not entirely sure. I think that's supposed to be this pocket up here with the leather, but that Kindle's just a little bit too big to put inside. So I've got my passport sticking right up here at the top. So yeah, those 2 liner pockets are good. Keep in mind that if you have this thing filled up like I did with those cubes, these are a little bit harder to access and to reach down at the bottom, but I still think it's okay because it's good for bigger items. If these were smaller and meant for smaller items, you kind of run into this like, you've got this back panel that just has all this stuff on it, and it's hard to access what's inside down here, but I think it's okay with the design. I also really like that this admin pocket is towards the top here. So if you put that big packing cube I had down at the bottom and then looser items above it, you still have some good access and good space to this thing when you open it up like so. So you got the passport back there, 2 pens here. This is just a regular size pen on this side and a travel size pen on that side. So it handles both well. This doesn't go up high like it obstruct this if it's a regular size pen, which we see on some other bags. So I think TUMI has that down. And then you've just got like 3 little pockets here that are tiered as well. So these are all cards. Some of the times we'll see like this back pocket too. It'll go all the way to the bottom and then your card is all the way down there. But the sewing and the size of the pockets are tiered to keep your cards separated. I've just got 4 in here right now, but any number would work. I mean, we all have those cards that we take with us traveling, like whether it's global entry or TSA pre-check or like another ID card that you have and you don't have on your smartphone. You can just put that all in here and you're good to go, and maybe you have a separate wallet like I do. And then we have this pocket up here at the top. Right now I've just got a laptop stand in here and a keyboard sleeve. But if you have any documents you want to keep flat or just anything you want to have just at the front, this is a pretty big, nice pocket to do that with. So overall, like impressed with the organization on the inside of this bag, and I think it works really well for both daily carry organization and for shorter trips too. All right, so this bag is expensive, right around 600 bucks. It's on the upper tier of price of bags that we've reviewed. Actually, I can maybe think of 1 or 2 that are higher than it. So definitely something to consider if you're thinking about picking this bag up. I think the materials on this bag are so-so. I mean, there's good high quality YKK zippers, you know, their own ballistic nylon, things like that. The organization is like spot on. You can tell that they really have thought through. You can tell TUMI has been making like luxury luggage for a very long time. But one of the things that I have a very hard time getting over is just the depth of this bag and the straps, how they're kind of uncomfortable on my back and how this bag just kind of looks sloppy on my back. It's kind of pulling away from it. I don't like that feel. And to me personally, that is not worth the price tag. So there you have it, the TUMI Brief Pack. Thanks for keeping here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. See you in the next video.